finally home in Bama. We have been not around a whole lot, but we have been being busy. Being busy, something like that. Anywho, just want to go ahead and kind of catch you guys up a little bit on some of our successes, some of our failures, and what's going on here on our little suburban homestead. So we went about a day and a half ago. I went and I planted my salad tower, getting ready for fall because today is September the 2nd. And I am really excited about this. A day and a half, folks. And look, I have got little sprouts coming up like crazy in here. Look at this. But this was planted in our Dollar Tree salad tower. I call it my salad tower. So anyways, so that's a success, definitely a success. So
well, this is the second round of success, right?
Right, because I went in the spring and we had this, and we've got a video on our channel that'll show you me planting the salad tower, and we ate off of that for what, a good 2-3 months.
I don't even remember.
It was, and the lettuces are so fresh and tender. And so, anyways, definitely a success. These are great. So thank you, Whispering Willow Farms, for that tad bit of advice for those. So one of our failures, not completely, but we went and did the Back to Eden method over here in our side yard, and we were hoping to cover this whole thing with cardboard and tons of wood chips. And so we started out doing that. However, we do not have a great supply for wood chips. If we want a load of wood chips, instead of like up in Michigan, we had people that would drop off and would almost pay you to drop off a load of wood chips. However, down here, they don't do that. And so what happened is, to get a load of wood chips, we have to pay for them. We have to drive an hour one way to get them with our van and our 16-foot trailer. And then it's almost
and then we have to buy them.
And then we have to buy them. And it's like almost a whole day project, going and getting one load of wood chips and then getting home. And then you have to unload them. And that takes a couple days.
Well, it takes weeks.
Right. It takes, unless there's an
time.
Emergency job that Rob has to have his trailer for, it does take a while to undo them. And so anyways, so I was at the point, I told Rob, I said, let's just mow it down and till it up and just, but we decided, nope, let's go ahead. Let's go with what we've got so far. And so I went, and over here, you can kind of see in the background where we have been. It's just the Bermuda grass takes over. Well, the last day or two, I have been working and I have been weeding all of this area. So we've got our amaranth. Our amaranth is going great.
Over there?
Oh, no, not the amaranth. I'm sorry, Malbar. Our Malbar is going great. And this is a great, if you live in the South and you love spinach, this is not a spinach, it's heat tolerant, but the leaves are nice and tender. And it's just, I love this stuff in salads and different things like that. So Malbar is great for those of us that live down here in the South. We have found that out. And what I love is growing it on this little cattle panel, because we live on a busy road, and this just kind of blocks the view a little bit when we're sitting over here at our fire pit. And so, which there's some of the weeds that we've been pulling up. So anywho, but this is kind of what we've been working on a little bit here. You can see Rob has got some peppers over here. It's almost like this is Pepper Alley. So he's got some peppers here that survived the weeds.
No, these are oh yeah, but these are volunteers from last year, because I had all kinds of peppers growing here. So these are all volunteer peppers that you see here. Look at that.
So we're leaving them bad boys and letting them go crazy.
You got a bamboo growing right there. Look at that. Woohoo!
So, but the most exciting thing right now for us, and what we're working on today, just to kind of give you a little bit of heads up, is that we have got the raised bed that we started last year. This one here is my medicinal raised bed. I have got...
we didn't start this last year.
No, we started that this year, didn't we? We started it this year. And
like on my birthday or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I have got, yep, because you said you wanted to do whatever I wanted to do for your birthday. So we built a raised bed for my medicinal herbs. But I've got some holy basil at the other end. I've got a toothache plant that actually makes your mouth numb if you're having a toothache. I've got some lavender. I've got some echinacea. When I moved the lavender, it was not the right time to move it. Did some really bad damage to it. This one, it looks like, is trying to come back, but I'm not sure what it's going to do. I might just have to replace it.
Yeah, we'll just leave it there for now, see what happens.
Yep. And then I've got some echinacea. I've got 2 echinacea plants. This is comfrey. And so I'm going to get that planted once we get this staked up and the boards to it, so it'll hold back the weight of the dirt.
Yeah, we just added this top layer yesterday. This top layer here.
Yep, we decided to go up
That's
a
why.
layer.
That's why it looks like the dirt's so far down. Because
Yeah.
we decided to go higher. And when we built that one there yesterday, we added another layer to this one as well.
And then in between these two, we're going to put 2 cattle panels for raised arches.
Yeah.
So that'll look really nice coming out into this area of the
Yeah,
yard.
it'll be like an entry tunnel to the
raised bed
raised
garden.
bed garden. Yeah. something like
Because all of this over here is going to be raised bed. What's wonderful, because we all know what lumber prices are like right now, but what's wonderful is my daddy went and was working on a neighbor's deck. He rebuilt a neighbor's deck and they put Trex board down. Well, this has been on the deck for years, so all of that stuff is gone out of this, and it's still good wood to use. And so what we're doing is we're using the boards that were salvaged from that deck destruction, or deck whatever it is, demolishing or whatever. And so we're going to go ahead and we're building all of these raised beds with that wood. So thank you, Poppy, for letting us grab that and loading it up and everything. And then last year we also built this raised bed. However, it got filled with the grazon. And so with that raised bed, I've got lemon balm up there in the upper corner, and it did fine. But we planted some corn because we know that the corn pulls the grazon up. We've got some sunflowers that it looks like a few might be getting ready to go, but they didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, probably because of the grazon.
Probably because of the grazon, but that's okay because it's still pulling that stuff out of there.
Yeah.
So Rob and I started grabbing the weeds out of there yesterday, and we'll probably finish cleaning it out today. And so that is our project for today. Look at those hostas. Those are pretty.
I know. Hostas and the elephant ears.
And the elephant ears. We want to turn this area over here into like a little tropical period.
Yeah, so I love the elephant ears. These all came from one plant that I got from Michigan from Zach's. But now that's Jeremiah's landlord. What was his name?
Oh, I don't remember.
I can't remember. That's terrible. I remembered all up until today. I can't remember. But
they're beautiful.
There's Ricky over there.
Yeah. Hi, Ricky.
Ricky the rooster.
Yeah. And he is rotten.
He'll crow for us here in a minute.
He will. He says nope. Oh, he's thinking. I love these elephant ears, though. The patterns on the leaves are incredible. Just the way that each one is different from the other, but the patterns are so cool.
But all these came from one plant, and they just go out. You can see how the roots just kind of go up, branch out, and then they'll take root. They'll just spread out. Look at how far that goes. It just goes up, and you can, look at this. You can see the tip of it, how it's just growing. It just continues to grow, and then there you can see. You see, starting to put out another. I think that's going to be a root. So it'll put down roots there, and then it up will come another thing. You can actually take. I could take and pinch this right off.
Watch you about stepping on one.
Okay, I'm gonna pinch this off, put that in a pot, and that will grow elephant ears. I could cut that in about 6 different pieces. Every place where there's a node, I can cut that in a piece and make new elephant ears out of that.
They're
Or I can throw it back on the ground and
It'll take off.
it'll probably stomp in. If I stomp it in there, get it down under some ground, cover it up just a little bit so it stays moist, it'll grow new ones. Oh! What, Ricky? What?
Come a little closer to that white wire with that attitude, boyfriend. Oh, he almost did.
He's funny.
He is funny. But you get in there with him and he's like, I'm running and hiding behind the chicken coop.
Yeah, so we was having a little bit of issues with him being aggressive towards us, so we had to go on YouTube and learn how to deal with an aggressive rooster. And a lot of people are like, oh, throw them in a frying pan or whatever, but no, if they're aggressive, it's because they're doing their job to protect their hens. And that's right.
And
So-
you do good, Ricky.
Yeah, he does good. So anyhow, we had to basically show him the pecking order of who is really in charge here. And maybe we'll do a video sometime on how to do that, to where you get your roosters to where they know who is in charge. Yeah, he thinks he's in charge still, but we're working on it.
We're back here, that's why.
All right.
If I go in there, he'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get back on our track
yeah.
here. So what was we talking about?
Raised beds and what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we are going to go and we're going to start working on finishing up the raised bed here and getting it all tied together with a post at the four corners, and then in the centers on both of the sides. Put the center post over there on the one that we didn't finish on Rob's birthday. Get the sides in there, get those all supported, and then are we going to put the cattle panel up, or
Well, we'll fill them with dirt and stuff
fill them with
first.
dirt, and then maybe put the cattle panel up, or decide where we're going to put another one.
Yep.
So we'll go from there. It's supposed to rain at some point today, so I don't know how much we're going to be able to get done, but we're going to give it our best shot for right now.
So here's our lumber we're using that we got.
Yep, there's our lumber. That's going to build a lot of raised beds. And
Yep.
we are making our raised beds. They're 101 long, right?
Yeah.
By 39 wide is what we're doing for our raised beds. And then we
The
got...
reason it's 101 inches, just so you know, is because the cattle panels are 50 inches and we're putting two of them, so that's 100 inches. That gives a half inch on each end of spare so that the cattle panels will fit with a little bit of play.
Yep. And then we picked up
Oh yeah,
some...
so we got some bags of mulch, also $2 a
$2
bag.
a bag.
But yeah, this is all organic raised bed mix. So
$2 a bag.
yeah, 1.5 cubic foot, $2 a bag. We got 30 bags yesterday, and we got
10 bags.
10 bags last week. So
And we might go back for more if we...
yeah, they were about to run out.
Yeah.
So we'll see how many this is going to take doing what we got, and if we can feel like we can get more, we'll get more. You know, $2 is still $2 when you start adding up 30, and that's 60,
Yeah.
and then tax, and we got 10% tax down here. So
Which that's not cool, but...
yeah. Anyhow.
All right, so we're going to get busy now. And tell them.
Okay, so you can see how she's pre-drilled these for me, and then normally the main reason you pre-drill is at the ends so it doesn't split out the boards, because you don't want your boards splitting out and then they'll fall apart. But anyhow, we're putting these blocks in here just to kind of stabilize all three of these, and you can see, just watch how that'll pull that in when I put that screw. See how that just kind of keeps them lined up a little bit? So that's why we're doing what we're doing here. I think we missed a screw, a hole too.
Sure.
That's all right. Yeah, it just kind of lines it up a little bit better and makes it a little more stable. So now we're ready to add dirt in here.
Now, there we go.
All right, well, we got those two beds filled up and
We do.
ready to go. So the next one is going to be that big one right in the middle. We're going to make a big one.
Big one.
Probably the same length. Well, we'll have to check because it might not work out because of that tree stump.
The tree stump's in the way, but we're going to make a square around it.
Square or bigger rectangle or something.
Yeah.
So we don't have to do so much digging.
Yeah.
And then we're going to cover it with a silage tarp because, man, so last year, I don't know if we showed you guys on when we was doing the wood chips with the back to Eden thing, we put on that hill there, which we'll show you some clips of that hill, we put like 3 layers of cardboard, two and 3 good layers of cardboard, overlapped really well, and then we put a foot of wood chips. I mean, we literally dumped the wheelbarrow and just knocked the top off it. I mean,
Yep.
and you've seen our wheelbarrow. It's the biggest. It's a full-size construction grade
Gorilla
wheelbarrow.
cart.
No,
You're talking wheelbarrow.
the wheelbarrow, yeah. So
because we use a gorilla cart too, but
we just literally dumped it and knocked the top off of it and left it that full amount. And then that Bermuda grass still has it's taken over the whole hill.
Bermuda grass and crabgrass. That's that puff of grass.
Yeah, but that's easy to pull.
It's very easy.
The crabgrass or whatever you're calling that.
Bermuda grass.
The Bermuda grass has got those tentacles that just goes out under the ground and over the ground everywhere, and it just don't die.
It don't.
You pull it up and toss it somewhere, and it takes root there, and then comes back. And reminds me of that plant they had in Star Trek. Remember that Star Trek
The
show?
took over the whole ship.
Took over the whole ship.
Yes.
That's telling my age, I guess, huh?
That's all right.
Woo.
I know
But
it.
man, that stuff. So what we're thinking is we're going to build a bigger raised bed there. And should we even put the soil in there, or should we just kill off that stuff?
I say let's build it and let it kill it off.
Kill it
with
off
the silage
before
tarp.
So we're going to kill it off. Maybe,
And then take the silage tarp over to the edge of the raised bed,
Yeah.
so we kill it off on the walkway too.
so the silage tarp we have is like 50 by 30 or something like that. So we'll have to fold it over or whatever to get it to even fit there.
We're taking it all the way over to the garage too.
Well, maybe we will.
I vote yes.
Yeah, maybe we'll just do that. Try to kill off a lot of that Bermuda grass, and then next spring hopefully it'll be ready to plant in.
Yep.
So.
I think that would be a good idea.
But along with the those used deck boards, there was also some scrap pieces of
Trex.
like the Trex board that they were cut offs on the end. That we're going to lay down on top of the edges of the tarp for now. So it'll be like walkways, and that'll help hold it down. Then once we kill all the grass, then we'll just use it for making our pathways or whatever.
And we've also got some of those hexagon stepping stones.
Yeah.
That we can do as well.
Yeah. So the next bed is going to be that big one in the middle. But we needed to sit down and take a break.
It's really hot.
It's hot. So it's actually not that hot. It's only like
it's not
85. It's only like 80, 85, but humidity is really high.
It's the humidity.
It's supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain all day, and it has just drizzled a little bit this morning.
Yep, and that's about it. But I'm really excited for my raised beds. These are awesome. So are we going to do anything over in, like, top it off with any of this raised bed soil for the other one that has the grazon in it, or are we?
Yeah, and then I think that'll
work
it
that
out
would
good.
be good.
Yeah, once we get all the stuff pulled out of there.
I agree.
Corn and sunflowers and a few weeds.
I think it's ready to go.
Yeah, so we can do that. Be nice to get that all topped off. And
looking good. I need to plant those herbs that we've got over at the greenhouse. Plus I've got some that I don't need to plant. I might see if Kenya needs any. See if Katie needs some.
So yeah, that's where we're at.
That's what we're working on. All right, I don't know about y'all, but I think that looks a pretty lot better. What you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So normally I would use like fence staples, but I couldn't find any fence staples when we went to TSC and Lowe's. We couldn't find them either place, so I just got wire electrical staples. So, and they're doing good, doing pretty good. Whoops, I just dropped one. You don't want to drop them because they are really sharp. Oops, dropped one here too. We got an arch. Yes.
All right. So I have got my sugar snap peas by M.I. Gardner, and I'm going to put my sugar snap peas on this side, and then I've got another kind that I'm going to put on the other side so that they'll trellis up this fall, and our trellis will look really pretty. remember what that is. All right, sugar snap pea is in. Right, my next one I'm going to do is the Sugar Daddy pea. It is from American Seed Company, and I'm going to put those on the other side. Like little pint jars for me?
Yeah. Okay. So I went and dug up some stevia out of my propagation frame. I ended up, 2 of them came up, so I'll plant a couple of those. I started these from cuttings, I don't know, a month or so ago, and they taken root really good, so we'll put them in one of these beds so she can have sweetener right along with her mint or lemon, whatever she's got over there, and do tea, sweet tea. All right, so those stevias was awful long and lanky, so I cut the tops off. We'll take these in and dehydrate them for sweetener.
Like it's getting ready to rain, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up for today. I'm going to take the mower back, and so thank you guys for being with us today. We appreciate it, and we will catch you on the south side.